Okay, this is the ChatGPT and the Human Resistance, Marla.AI, Marla for Money. The second one, the Budget Breakthrough, how to make a treasure map and get the money. It started, we kind of just stumbled upon this and we discovered this, so we share what we learn. But I had seen that there was an open public Los Alamos County budget meeting, and our budget in this very small town is 350 million because we're the home of Los Alamos National Laboratories, and so we're a very small town with a very big budget, and so I'm always interested in analyzing things. So I took the 433-page proposed budget document and used our app. And people get mad when I talk about our app, but we're a never-for-profit, not-for-profit, and we don't charge for this stuff. We don't charge for tokens, and we're just kind of research to reduce extreme poverty here and abroad. And I'm just explaining how I made this in 10 minutes and how it was done. So I have the thing. This is the splash screen, and this is the GPT maker itself. So what I can do, and I'll show you in a minute, is I make a new GPT and I take a knowledge document. So in this case, I made this one, but I use it for all sorts of things. I had a Burning Man calendar. I've taken my court case and written 30 pages just to kind of get all my evidence out, and just wrote it from memory and wrote about 30, 40 pages so far. So anyway, then all I do is I make a new one, create a new GPT. This is similar to ChatGPT's GPT Maker, which isn't very well known, and I meet people all the time who just don't know it exists, but I just kind of made my own with the team. So you make a new one, and you just basically, as you'll see here, you upload your knowledge document, and that's it, and then it keeps it to only a search of that. Then from that you could search the budget document. And so I was talking to some people, and it was just really fascinating. It's like I know a guy who's like a local physicist and kind of the resident genius around town, and he didn't understand like how the budget worked. And like there's a fascinating thing called LACDC, which, it's like, do they have a budget? Who are they? And I realized they're just sort of a sign in front of a building. And it doesn't, so when we tried to figure out who LACDC was, then we kind of realized it couldn't be done. And we just learned a lot by this. And we were very intrigued by some of the things that we discovered, which is that, when you look at something like tourism, you realize that there's a lot of money that's supposed to be going towards tourism, but you can see also that there's this problem with the last mile, that there's no one really to actually execute on like a tourism attraction. And there's nobody really held accountable when the tourism numbers are bad. So I was sitting there in the budget meeting asking all these questions, and I was getting answers faster on my phone than they were doing in real life. Like at one point, somebody was like, where is that in the budget? And they're all looking it up, and I felt like yelling out, like, page 261, because I could see it. But you can also see that there's just a lot of obfuscation. And our next step is to map it out a little bit, but we just want to help people understand, like we talked about a pie chart that would be really quite clickable. So you would see a pie chart with money and a blind budget, and then you could click on that and you could get more information, and you could click on parts of that and get even more information, click on parts of that, and just like, so anyway, so we know that the next step beyond a budget document would be like a budget map, which would be something like this, which would show you how the money comes in and where it breaks down. So let's talk about an example of how you could do this in reverse to figure out how to fund whatever project you have. So here's a hypothetical project. So Los Alamos has a machine apprentice program, and they use these Haas machines, HAAS, and people learn to be professional machinists based on these $70,000 machines. This program, Haas, is quick to give people free machines. They have a curriculum, and they'd be thrilled to expand this program because if the lab is looking for lots of machinists, and this place only graduates 15 a year, it's a 2-year program. The question we were asking is, and I was asking the system, so saying we could get the machine for free from Haas, but all we would need to do is pay for the teacher, pay for the building, use their curriculum. So then, like I said, with this, you kind of work backwards. You say, we want to provide this, we want to help with these kinds of goals, and how do we work backwards with that money flow? So this was the research I did, and this is just, RAI and other kinds of AI. They can all help you with this. You could do this with any topic, with pretty much any state budget, and possibly anywhere in the world. It'd be interesting to look at this in places like Rwanda and Nairobi. So I asked the question, and then, I want to get this machine. We would ask for 100K. And then I'm saying, well, who benefits the most directly? Like who, and so we're not only saying who would pay for this, it also, you're going to see, it helps us like figure out exactly who to ask and how to pitch it and how it can help you, align it to their goals. So the benefits most directly would be Los Alamos National Labs, according to this. They who to ask, and then why they'll fund this. And then okay, so then why they'll fund machine shortage mapped directly to mission delivery. A 30 graduate a year accelerator is a measurable workforce lever, and then another funding would be sorry, the state of New Mexico workforce training money. Wildlife Fund. This is exactly what workforce boards and state economic development programs exist for: high demand jobs, rapid credentialing, regional equity. And also, what I'm interested in is when they teach these guys G code, I'm sure they're probably doing traditional G code coding, and that's been automated for years, and especially with like Claude, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I would take their G code curriculum and just, whatever, we'd understand some of the concepts, but it's describing your 3D thing in words. Okay, in this one, the formatting got all screwed up, but then I put it into a different AI and said, like, give me names, numbers, exactly who do I talk to, and then and then when you call, do not ask for money, and so, as for a strategic partnership briefing to solve a critical workforce bottleneck, the anchors, funders, high probability, target these, infrastructure and credentialing partners, blah, blah, blah. So you get the idea. You can pause it and read it. And you can, like I said, do the search yourself. I always tell people, do the search yourself. Then for this one, I think we might be a little off the screen. Sorry. So anyway, then this one I got more focused on exactly like who to call and who to talk to. But anyway, so that's the whole thing that I'm going to be explaining to a lot of people is basically, first of all, understanding how technology can map out budgets first and foremost. You can start to see what the actual money that is flowing around, what the priorities and the goals are for that money. And then you can start to align, especially if you're an organization that actually delivers that last mile, that actually provides the actual instruction, that actually builds up a space that would have a big CNC machine like Haas. So anyway, so that is the video, and I hope you find this helpful. Let us know if you have any questions or put it in the comments. Thanks.